And the two become one. And the I that is awake is one with the dreamer. But then the dreamer awakes. Then we understand the word in the 44th Psalm. Rouse thyself. Why sleepest thou, O Lord? Do not cast us off forever. Awake. Well, then the Lord awakes. The dreamer awakes. And the dreamer in you is God. By then the two become one. And so in my vision of Sunday morning, self in self and risen is the end of the play. When these two are drawn together and they are one. Now you think of God. Can't help it. You're thinking of Him. For they're not yet drawn together. And so the world addresses God as thou. The end, when they're drawn together, you can't address this unity as thou. It's I am. Until the two become one, you always think of God. You think of Jesus Christ. You think of the Lord. And anytime the name God, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Lord, in any way whatsoever, conveys the sense of an existent someone outside of self, that is a false God. But you can't blame man for that, for the drama is not over in the life of the individual who still sees God as another. When the drama comes to its end, there is no other. The two are one. And then you rise. You rise into the world of eternity. This is all revelation. It's not anything you can sit down and rationalize. Revealed truth cannot be logically proven. You can't do it. And if man insists on tearing it apart by his reason, well, let him insist. He will do it forever and never find him. He will come in his own good time, after you've gone through the furnaces. And no one will escape the furnaces. You cannot bring him out of the world of death unless he goes through these furnaces of affliction. And then he comes out. And when he comes out, he is the hero. He is the victor. He went into a battle with death and then overcame. And then he returns to the being that he was before that the world was. He gave up all that is his to enter this world of death. He isn't pretending that he's man. He actually became man, that man may become God. So your rituals, if you still have them, all your ceremonies, all your self, I would say, purifications. People go off to mountaintops to meditate. They change their diet, become strict vegetarians. They become the great moralists. All the great moralisms of the world, they're all in vain. But in the end, you'll forgive every being in the world for all of his foolishness and for all of the seeming horrors that he committed or that he passed through. For everything was on the shoulder of the dreamer, and the dreamer is God. So in the end, Job was forgiven all and blessed by multiplying his greatness. Because all that happened to Job, he did not earn it. He should not have had it if you take judgment into place. He was completely exonerated, for the whole thing was brought upon him. All the evil that befell him came upon him by the Lord. And then it's simply the story closes on the 42nd chapter as though the Lord had done nothing. He so loved him that he put him through the faces, because you cannot extract gold without fire. He brought him out pure gold, pure being, one with himself, and then they fuse, they meld, and they become one. No longer are they two, they are one. So you're returning to the being that is your source, that is the Father. And when you return to the Father, you are the Father. And because the Father could not be a Father without a Son, the Son has to appear and call you Father. And he appears as David, the David of biblical fame. And there you see who you are. For you never could look into a mirror and see yourself as God the Father. You can only look into the face of David and know that you are God the Father. There's no other way of knowing it, as told us in Scripture. No one knows who the Son is except the Father. And no one knows who the Father is except the Son. And anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. For no one has ever seen God, but the Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has made him known. And so that Son is David. And he is hidden there until you go through everything and return to your source, which is God the Father.